P. Diddy is requesting to get out of jail again. Despite all the accusations against him, he believes that the conditions he is living in are not favorable, and his lawyers stated that the ongoing case against him is thin. Will he be granted his wish to get out of jail? Let's get into the specifics. Once again, Sean Combs requested another bail when the judge overseeing his case denied one of his pleas to prevent the case's accusers from speaking. The lawyers representing Combs are hoping that a new high-profile lawsuit will help him get out of jail. Sean Combs, who is awaiting trial on sex trafficking accusations, is not giving up on his fight to be released on bail. He hopes that this time will be different because his request for freedom has been turned down twice. Combs has entered a not guilty plea to accusations of sex trafficking and racketeering. I know, right? Brother Love really believes that he is special and is entitled to not stay in the deplorable conditions of jail. You know, since he is so rich and stuff. As we keep on looking into Diddy's case, tell us in the comments whether you think the government will seize all his properties. Since September, he has been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center. He is claiming that the government's case is weak in his latest submission, citing material which his attorneys claim to have obtained during discovery. Combs claims that the conditions at the MDC where he is being kept are just insufficient for him to get ready for trial and that he must be freed on bail. They point to a recent search of the MDC that turned up weapons and drugs, and that Combs had nothing to do with that. In order for Mr. Combs to study the discovery and get ready for trial, he must be released on the suggested conditions. The recent multi-agency sweep of the facility and subsequent lockdown demonstrate that despite the MDC's best attempts to accommodate the defense team's needs, the existing setup makes trial preparation impossible. It sounds like Brother Love still doesn't comprehend the full extent of the situation he is in. Combs' lawyers also spoke about the shocking footage of Combs assaulting Cassie Ventura in a hotel corridor in 2016 and the discovery they got. They seem to suggest that the beating was not really an assault. This is what they stated. It confirms the defense's initial description of the events depicted in the March 2016 video recording. The video is not evidence of a coerced freak-off, but rather a minutes-long glimpse into a complex but decade-long consensual relationship between Mr. Combs and Victim 1. Additionally, the new evidence refutes the government's proffer at the initial hearing regarding a potential second alleged victim, and the new evidence confirms that the government's obstruction and witness tampering allegations at the initial bail hearings lacked a factual basis. According to what Combs' attorneys have observed, it doesn't seem like there is another victim of sex trafficking. The threesome between Cassie, Combs, and male sex workers was consensual, according to Combs' lawyers. The discovery includes material about Cassie, which Combs' attorneys also bring up. According to Combs' lawyers, they have gotten 23.5 gigabytes of discovery so far. That's a lot of evidence, and they claim it backs up their claims. The new information disproves the government's assertion that Mr. Combs poses a threat, and shows that the government previously exaggerated the strength of the evidence. They add that the censored information in the discovery disproves the government's main claims of sex trafficking. According to Combs' lawyer Alex Shapiro, the evidence demonstrates that Cassie's claims of sexual assault and sex trafficking were a means of obtaining a financial windfall from Combs 5 years after their breakup. In fact, according to Shapiro, Cassie Ventura began writing a book about her connection with Sean Combs in the spring of 2023 because she needed money to feed her family. She then had a lawyer get in touch with his lawyer to ask if he would pay $30 million to purchase the book's exclusive rights. According to Combs' lawyers, Ventura only sued, alleging she was sex trafficked and sexually assaulted after Combs refused to pay. Naturally, Combs resolved the lawsuit in a day. After that, Combs' issues with the federal government started, and a series of additional civil lawsuits began. Basically, the lawyers are saying that Cassie was extorting Diddy for money, but if he wasn't guilty, why did he still pay Cassie the money to avoid a lawsuit? We all saw the 2016 hotel video. It looked like that was the norm for Diddy, and Cassie just wanted to get away from him. Plus, why didn't anybody at the hotel call the police on Diddy? He probably thought that he was untouchable, and the public would never find out about him. In addition, Combs' attorneys brought up Michael Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, who is also accused of sex trafficking, and the case involves claims of witness intimidation. Jeffries is being monitored by GPS and paid $10 million bail. James Jacobson, one of his workers, was given a $500,000 bail amount and is currently under house arrest and GPS monitoring. So, Combs has put forth a revised but comparable bail package, which includes posting a $50 million bond backed by his mother's and his own home, 24-hour surveillance by a private security firm he pays for, full home GPS monitoring, drug testing, counseling, and a pledge to keep trying to sell his private jet. They're like, the other guy has a similar case and you let him out on bail. Do the same for me, so that I can sleep in my comfortable bed, in my mansion, and I will prove to you that I will always be home. I will even sell my private jet to prove that I will not run away. But with all the people coming out against Diddy with similar suits, he is definitely being considered as a danger to the public. And being that most of the alleged crimes were performed in his house, how can he convince any judge to be let loose in that house again? Tell us in the comments if you think the judge will be convinced to let him out on bail this time. Combs' mother, Janice, and daughters, Chance, Delilah, and Jesse, will also give up their passports, according to Combs' lawyers. And being that he allegedly has videos of very many influential people doing very freaky activities, will they allow Diddy to be out freely knowing their reputation is in jeopardy? Brother Love might be in a very vulnerable position even outside jail than he might believe. We will continue following up on this case and give you updates on what's happening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.